The warm-up. Today's warm-up, we're going to start with a 400-meter run. If you believe that 400 meters would be too far for you at this stage of your training, then we're going to go to either a 200-meter run or approximately 1 to 1.5 minutes of running. You can run, walk, the decision is yours, as long as you get that time or that distance covered. Go do the run piece now, press pause, and I'll see you in a second. The next part of our warm-up. We're going to start with a squat and reach. We're going to bring our feet to shoulder width apart. This is going to start teaching us or learning or improving on the squat fundamentals. So we need our feet shoulder width apart. We need our toes slightly turned out, and we need to keep our feet on the ground flat or weight on the heels at all times. From there, we're going to reach down, grab our toes, aiming not to bend the knees. So we get a good stretch down through the lower back and into the hamstrings. We're then going to pull ourselves down into the bottom of an active squat. So what I mean by active, we're not letting ourselves relax and roll out. We're keeping active. Our knees drive out in line with our toes. Notice how my feet or my heels stay flat down on the ground. From there, keeping active, I'm going to rotate onto one side, followed by the other side. Then both hands come above my eyes, driving through my heels, keeping my knees out. I'm going to stand up. That is 1 rep. Do 2 more for me. Press pause. I'll see you in a second. The next movement we're going to go through is an inchworm. With an inchworm, we start with our feet under our hips. From there, we place our hands down to the floor. We walk our hands forward, keeping a nice tight line in the body. You can drop down to your knees for this piece if you need to. We're going to lower all the way to the floor. We're then going to push back up and walk the hands back in, again stretching out through the lower back and hamstrings. Stand it up, that's 1 rep. 4 more of those. Press pause, see you in a second. The next part of the warm-up is the specific phase that we're going to go through today. So depending on what version of the workout you've chosen will depend on what the second movement is. Depending on what scaling option you've chosen will depend on what different movements you choose throughout this warm-up. So the first part of the warm-up is going to be a 10-second handstand hold. So you can do it as a kick-up handstand hold. You can do it as a wall walk handstand hold. Or you can do it as a push-up hold. As long as you accumulate 10 seconds in one of those 3 movements. Once you've done that, we're going to move on to 5 air squats. Feet shoulder width apart, hip crease comes down below the knee, stand up nice and tall at the top. 5 air squats. Once you've done your 5 air squats, we're then going to move on to 3 regular burpees. Chest and thighs touch the floor. Jump up, clap your hands above your head. So there you have it. What I want you to do now is 2 rounds of a 10-second hold, 5 air squats, and then 3 burpees. Press pause now and do 2 rounds of that. Go. All right, so that completes the main part of our warm-up. What you need to do now, if you are choosing to do the weighted version, what I want you to do is spend 2 to 3 minutes now working up to the weight that you're going to do in the workout. Once you've worked up to that weight and you've got everything ready to go, what I need you to do is grab yourself a pen and paper or a whiteboard or something to mark your rounds down on so you can keep track of your score. And also you need a stopwatch or something like that so you can get your time for both the 10-minute AMRAP, the 1-minute rest, and then the timed 100-meter handstand walk or whatever option you've chosen for that. Go do that now, get yourself set up, and then we'll get ready to start the workout of the day. All right, so now we're ready to do the workout of the day. We've got our area set up. We've got our handstand push-up area, or if you've chosen a box option, or you just need a spare spot on the floor for your push-ups. We've got our front squat area, or air squat, or odd object squat area. You've also got your burpee area, which I'll be using my barbell for my lateral burpees over the bar. And then you've got, within a 1 minute distance of you, a place to do your handstand walking or bear crawling, or you've got your handstand push-up area ready to do your shoulder taps or your handstand holding or your push-up holding. You also need to have, or it is good to have, music, a timer or stopwatch in order to time yourself, and something to write your score down on. Piece of paper, a whiteboard, whatever it is. Once you have all that stuff ready, you're ready to start the workout of the day. My number one advice always is move well to the correct range of motion that was demonstrated in our demonstration part or brief part of this episode. Making sure you focus on all of those things. So for the handstands, we're really pressing down and keeping our belly tight. For the push-ups, we're doing the same thing, pressing down into the floor, keeping the belly tight and keeping that nice straight line in the body. For our squats, we're keeping the weight back on our heels, keeping our knees out and making sure we get that crease of the hip down below the knee for every single rep. For our burpees, we're making sure our chest and our thighs touch the floor, and when we jump up, our shoulders are stacked over our hips, are stacked over our ankles, so we keep the chest up nice and tall. Adhere to those points of performance, move well, move fast, have fun, film your workout, send it to your family and friends and show them what a good job you're doing in this difficult time. Let's all do this together because we are in this together. Have fun with the workout of the day.